Well, here we are again, and we've got the Rob cam and the Dottie cam. So, what is today? Today is the 20th of May, 2024, and I had a couple of things in mind to talk about today, and they are a couple of things that two of the three things are things I do for peace of mind. If you can relate to this, I often live in fear of losing my wallet or losing my car keys. Can anyone else? All right. Can anyone else relate to that? I bet if you're near my age, over 60, you absolutely can relate to that. So Dottie's not fully cooperating today. And I really have my doubts about how this cam is going to work on her today. It worked fine the other day, and it's a little bit more problematic today. Anyway, so where was I? Losing my wallet or losing my car keys. Both things to me are equally devastating. So I have a couple of things that I use to give me peace of mind. One is this. It's called an Innway card, and I'm going to put it up on the screen here. And the Innway card is about the size of a credit card, maybe a hair thicker. And this is an electronic device that keeps in constant contact with your phone. And if the two items get separated, an alarm goes off. If you get separated from your phone, a little alarm goes off on the card itself, and you can hear it. It's kind of high-pitched. But more importantly, if you leave your wallet somewhere and you get separated from it, an alarm goes off on your phone. So that's pretty cool. The other thing it does is if I lose my phone, and this happened to me, I actually lost my phone in my truck. I couldn't. So I pulled out the card out of my wallet, and I can press a little button on the card, believe it or not, and it rings an alarm on my phone. And that way I was able to track down what crevice my phone had fallen down in my car that made it almost impossible to see it. So that gives me a great peace of mind. I also have another backup, and that is Apple AirTags. And if you have an Apple iPhone like I do, these are a good thing to buy. If you don't, if you have Android, they're similar products. But I have Apple AirTags, and I'll talk about those. So Apple AirTags also tell you when you were separated from the AirTag. So I have one, and I'll show the wallet I have. The wallet I have has a spot to put an AirTag on, and I have that. So I've got double protection. Well, what does an AirTag do other than the same separation thing? Well, the AirTag, if you actually lose your wallet and you get so far away from it, you don't know where it is, that little thing sends out a signal, and you can set it as being lost. And what'll happen is if anyone, hang on. Okay, where was I? So the way it works is, let's say my wallet is lost somewhere. It sends out a constant signal, and it looks for anyone going near the location with an iPhone. If I mark it as lost, the network will see that, hey, there's an iPhone near there, we have a location, and it'll send you the location. Also, if someone finds your phone and sees that there's an AirTag, they can actually go into their phone, and there's a option for I found an AirTag, and it'll notify you that this person has found your AirTag. But It's not like you use a satellite or anything and you know the location wherever it is under any circumstance. What you need is someone with an iPhone to go by, and unless you're in a very remote area, that's going to happen pretty frequently. So those are two items that I use to give me peace of mind. I don't worry as much about losing those two critical things. And when you're a nomad, that's kind of a big deal. When you're an older nomad like me, it's even a bigger deal. So the third thing isn't so much in this category, but it's a really neat thing. We talk about often routers that we can buy, and you can spend anywhere from under $100 to over $1,000 for a router, depending on the technology. What I use mine for is I have Starlink. I hook up the Starlink by Ethernet cable. Where was I? I hook up the Starlink by Ethernet cable to the router, and the router transmits that within my home. All right, let's see if I can trick this thing into turning. And I think I tricked it. Okay. I know, but I'm trying to do something here and you're all right. Sorry about that. I had a number of things happen. Had an encounter with another dog. And then I tried to restart and the battery died. So all these things are surmountable problems. So anyway, here we are. I was talking about you can buy routers, number of different sizes, shapes. I've had many of them, but by far my favorite one is this one. I'll put it on the screen. This is what they call a travel router. It's super small. The most important thing about it to me is it runs on DC power. You can plug it into a USB port. So even when I'm traveling, this router is active. I plug my Starlink into it with an Ethernet cable, but also my AT&T service goes into it as well. So if the Starlink isn't available, it automatically switches to the AT&T signal, which when I'm traveling, that's what happens. I'm going to try and fool this thing into going the right way. There we go. There's a little bit of a cross breeze here, and it's wanting to go that way. So this is the problem with a floating camera when there's a little bit of a crosswind. If I move kind of slowly usually, but then if I go real quick, it might, it sure didn't like that, did it? It did not like that. So you know what? It's mostly, I think the sun is interfering with it. So let's try this. This looks a little bit better. Anyway, I'm losing track of what I'm saying because I'm fighting with my floating camera. So my AT&T uses a hotspot that is battery and USB powered as well. So, are you talking to me? Oh, okay. Thought you were yelling at me. So I thought that guy was yelling at me, calling me an ass. Anyway, this is a very eventful walk today with a lot of not so great interactions with my neighbors. Some days you just, some days are like this. So anyway, that's the that's what I do for the router. It's great when I'm traveling. It keeps my cameras that are inside the trailer active while I'm traveling, so I can check on how things are doing inside while I'm traveling. Anyway, pretty exhausting day today. I'm going to try to make another turn here. So God knows what this video is going to turn out like with all the problems that I've had trying to get this to work, dogs coming at me, people yelling, seemingly yelling at me. So we'll try to piece together a nice video here. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video, and I hope you got something out of it. I got distracted a lot, so I hope I explained these 3 items that I have adequately for you to understand. And I should have said in the beginning, these aren't items that were given to me, or there's no relationship with me and the companies. These are just things that I bought and I'm using that really work well for me, that I just wanted to share with you. So I am on my way to the office to pick up some mail. And after I do that, I'm going to go back, try to edit this video and figure out how to piece together something that makes sense. I will see you on the next one, and we'll just, maybe this will be a little B-roll until the battery runs out. And I wonder about Dottie. I wonder about the camera on Dottie, if it's doing any good at all, because it's hanging off to the side. It can't be good. I'm going to try to get this up into the mailroom without bumping into something. Go this way.